Hi, I'm Captain Mike, and today I'm going to try to throw together a little video on how to make concrete mushroom yard art. It's really easy to do, and if you like mushrooms, then you can just have a ball doing this. Now, you can use a lot of different things. You can use concrete, you can use plaster, you can use hypertufa, and I'll get to why I don't use plaster in just a minute. But this is just give you an idea of some of the stuff that you can do, and we will start off by talking about commercial molds. Now, if you want to use commercial molds, that is absolutely great, but you don't have to. But this is a selection of commercial molds that I have, and they produce this mushroom right here. There's a little mushroom with dimples in it. The mushroom comes from Go Statue on eBay, and I'll put the link right down below here in the comments. And they're made out of a very durable plastic. Each one of these comes with the pedestal. This is a little mushroom that makes one that kind of looks like this, you can see, and actually it's more like this. That's the concrete one, and has the pedestal with it. And the next one has is of course, you know, a little larger, and it has a larger pedestal. Now, a word about this particular mushroom right here. I like it a lot. But if you decide to order this, I think Go Statue still carries it, but the design, it has a flaw in it, and Go Statue and I have talked about it a little bit back and forth, and I don't know whether they fixed it, but I did. The problem is these little dimples on the inside. If you pour concrete in here, concrete does not shrink, and when it dries and you try to get it out, it will not release. You can just beat it and beat it and beat it, and it won't come out. So I fixed that by cutting a slit in mine up so far, and then whenever I get ready to pour concrete, I just tape it right along the slit. With masking tape will be fine for single time use, and then when it's dry you just pop it out. In fact, we'll do one of them right now. Now, when you use that particular mold, you're going to need something to sit it in. I just use one of these. Excuse me. I just use something like that to hold it, sit it in it, and there you go. It'll be level. And we'll talk about the bolt here in just a minute and why it's in there. But let me just show you how easy this one unmolds. I had used metal duct tape on this one, but you can use anything that you want to use. But it's just as simple as taking the tape loose, and when you split it, it comes right out. It's that simple. So it works really great, and if you want all kinds of concrete and plaster casting molds, Go Statue has them. There's a lot of people have them. I just use Go Statue, but you know, that you use what you want to use. Get online and look it over. So anyway, that's how easy that comes out. Now we'll get to really what this thing is about, or this video is really what it's about. First, I'm going to talk about why you don't use plaster. And this is one that was made out of plaster. It looks really nice. You can drill a hole here, you can drill a hole here, put a dowel in it or a bolt or whatever and glue it back on, and it's absolutely great. You can put sealer on it, whatever you want to do. But if you put it outside, this is what you're going to get in a year or so. So this one here, it actually has weathered into a rather pleasing effect, but it will get worse. And this one, as you can see, just completely coming apart. So I don't recommend plaster for outside use, but if you want to, that's fine. I would go with concrete. Now, as far as concrete goes, all you need to make these things is, I use a sand mix, not the concrete with an aggregate in it. So you mix up your concrete, and all you need is a plastic bowl of some sort from the Dollar Tree, depending on the size that you want to use. and you just simply use those for molds for the top. For the bottom, you can use all kinds of cups, whatever size cup you want to use. And in this case, I used a cup like this. As you see, it has concrete in it. I have a great big bowl that I made a great big mushroom in, and a smaller one. And I haven't unmolded these, just so you could kind of see what you get. So let's see how easy this is to unmold, okay? Now I left a little room here so I could bump it. It's that simple. You now have a pedestal, and all that is you probably get 3 or 4 of these from the Dollar Tree at one time. So that is a pedestal. With this pedestal, you would drill a hole right dead center and put a dowel or cut off a bolt or whatever you'd like to put on to hold it centered. And in the case of this particular one, I used a little bowl. And I went ahead and set a bolt in the middle. I just, as it was drying, I slid the bolt down in there past the head, and when it dries, it's in place. So this one here should unmold pretty easy too. It's that easy. And you have a really, that one in that case is just really slick and pretty. They don't always come out that way. But then you would take one of these smaller, well, let's just use this one. That's what I have handy. You drill your hole and you put your mushroom top on it. Now you can cut these mushrooms off. Well, you don't really want to cut them off. You just pour as much concrete in there as you want. You can also use, you know, the smaller cups. It doesn't matter. But you make the height of the pedestal whatever you want. So that's all it is. That's a mushroom, a concrete mushroom. It will last forever outside. And of course, it has a little flat spot on it. And I'll talk to you in just a second about that little flat spot and what I do. All right, this is a great old big one. I know you're all kind of interested in seeing how this one comes out. Yeah, this little bowl here doesn't release quite as easy. But in this one, I used a dowel. I just took the dowel and I shoved it down in there about 1/2 inch or so. And of course, you have to find the center and do that with a tape measure. And after it sets up, then you're ready to go. Let's just see if it'll unmold. Oh, I didn't even have to bump it. All right, folks, there you go. There's that one. Now, nice smooth cast. What I do, and unfortunately I don't have a pedestal that is actually got a hole drilled in it yet, so I'm going to show you what I do. I have this nice flat spot, and what it works great for is putting little frogs and things on it. I have these outside, and I put frogs. This is a toad, lizards, whatever you want to put, little gnomes, garden gnomes on them. But you just set it right on top. Now, from this point right here, you can seal it with concrete sealer. You can paint them, and you know, put spots on them, whatever you want to do. I just splashed some green paint all over this one after I had kind of marked it up with some white paint in the little dimples. There again, use your imagination, and there's just no end to the things that you can do. Now, I have one more thing I'm going to show you, and then this video will be through. Now this mushroom top right here is right unique. It has some texture in it, and how you get that texture is very, very simple. You take a bowl, whatever size bowl you want, and you will get you some cellophane wrap, this plastic wrap, okay? And just cut you off a piece to suit you. My knife didn't cut it. This stuff is aggravating to work with, but if you do it ahead of time, it's not a big deal, okay? So you get the stuff off, and you stick it down in it just like that. Don't worry about making it fit. When you pour the concrete in there, it's going to pull the plastic together, and it's going to give you this effect right here. And of course, in some of these I added color. There's just color added integrally to the concrete but you can do it however. And that's it. That is a textured one. And you can make them any size, any height, whatever you want to do. You can just make mushrooms until you've got mushrooms everywhere, all over your yard. If you want to try to make some out of plaster, that's fine. Put them in a protected area. And if you like the commercial molds, go to Go Statue, see what they've got. Get on eBay and just type in mushroom molds, and you'll get all kinds of hits. Okay, that is my video on yard art mushrooms. I hope you guys give it a try, and I hope you enjoyed doing it. All right, I'm Captain Mike. I'm out of here.